Hello students, I am Amardeep Pandey from Ambition Classes. Students, today I will teach you physics of class 10th and our topic is Ohm's law in the chapter electricity. Students, previously I have uploaded 3 videos on the chapter electricity. Make sure that on what before watching this video you have watched that previous videos. So let us discuss Ohm's law. Students, firstly I want to tell you Ohm's law is very important in the physics. Okay, students. So in class ninth, in class 10th, class 11th, and in our higher studies, we used to learn the application of Ohm's law. So let's see what is Ohm's law. Students, Ohm's law was given by a scientist known as George Simon Ohm, German physicist. He was a German physicist. Students, German physicist George Simon Ohm. So on his name, Ohm's law was established in 1826. And for what purpose it was established? It is used to derive a relationship between the current I and potential difference V and resistance R in an electrical circuit. Students, as you know, in an electrical circuit, various components of electrical circuits are connected. That is, a wire or a conductor has a resistance, and if it is connected to battery, students, then we used to give a potential difference. Then after giving a potential difference, a current flows in the conductor. So these are the basic laws of electricity, that if we are having a conductor and if it is connected to battery, if we apply a potential difference across the conductor, then the current will flow, and the resistance is already present in the wire, because resistance is nothing but it is the property of wire which opposes the flow of current through it. So let's see what does Ohm's law tell us. According to Ohm's law, at a constant temperature, this must be remembered, students, at a constant temperature, that is, temperature must not vary. What may it be, but it must not vary. At a constant temperature, the current flowing through a conductor, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across the conductor. Okay, students. Let's have a conductor and it is connected to a battery. Then what is meant by Ohm's law? Ohm's law, Ohm's law used to tell us, students, the current flowing through the conductor, the current which flows through the conductor with the help of on giving a potential difference. It means if we does not give potential difference, then no current will flow through the conductor. So the current is directly proportional to potential difference, students. It is because the current flows because of potential difference. If we give potential difference, then the current will flow. Okay, students. It is directly proportional. What does it means? If potential difference is increased, then current also increases in the conductor. If potential difference is decreased, then current also decreases in the conductor. When temperature is constant. What is constant? Temperature is constant. So Ohm's law is applicable only when the temperature is constant. Now, on removing the sign of proportionality, we used to give a constant. Now, let that constant be R. What that constant be? Let it be R. So I equals to V upon R. Let that constant be R or R 1 upon R. It may be R 1 upon R. Nothing to worry. R is a constant called resistance of the conductor. R is a constant called resistance of the conductor. We can write like this also. V proportional to I. So if we remove the proportionality sign, we can write V equals to IR. Or we can write like this, I proportional to V. It does not matter, students. Okay, students. Now, what is this R? This R is a constant called resistance of the conductor. Yes, student. This is the resistance. In a wire, that constant quantity is a resistance. What does it mean? It means the resistance is always constant. The value of resistance does not vary. Okay, students, the value of R, the resistance, the value of R, the resistance of the conductor depend upon the nature of the material. On what factor does the resistance depend, student? It depends upon the nature of the material. Secondly, it depends upon the length and area of cross section of the conductor. It means, students, the resistance depend upon three factors. Let's have this a wire. We are having a wire. Students, this side is called length, and this round one, no students, if we cut a wire like this, if I cut a pen, we will get here the round type, this type, this round type. This is called area of cross section. What does it mean? It is called area of cross section. So it is the length and this is the area of cross section. And thirdly, resistance depends upon on what factor? It depends upon the nature of material. Yes, student. It also depends upon the what is the nature of the material. The wire is made up of what material? Okay, students. So this is all about Ohm's law. Okay, students. This is all about Ohm's law. Now let's discuss unit of resistance. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. The unit for resistance is ohm. Ohm is denoted by Greek letter omega. This is the representation of omega. Like this. We used to discuss, we used to write omega like this. Okay, students, is it clear? So the unit of resistance is ohm. Now, let's discuss some question on Ohm's law. Students, what is the resistance of an electrical arc lamp if the lamp uses 20 ampere when connected to a 220 volt? Okay, students, what are the factors which are given in this? What are the factors which are given? We used to given current I equals to 20 ampere. After that, one more factor given. Voltage is 220 volt. Voltage is 220 volt. What we have to find? We have to find the resistance across the conductor. So we will write, we know by Ohm's law V equals to IR. So R equals to V upon I. So what is the value of V? V is 220 and I is 20. It will cancel out 1. So resistance is 11 ohm. Okay, students. So this is how we used to solve the question. Okay. Now let's discuss one more question. We are having one more question. What is that question, students? When a 12 volt automobile battery is connected across an unknown resistor, then a current of 2.5 milliampere in this circuit is, is produced. What is the resistance of the resistor? Okay, students, this we have to notice this. Listen, students, here what is the value for current? I is 2.5 milliampere. And what is next given? Voltage is 12 volt. V is 12 volt. Students, you should know we know 1 milliampere equals to 10 power minus 3 ampere. This is what you have to know. So we have to convert this milliampere into ampere. I equals to 2.5 milliampere. So we used to multiply 2.5 into 10 power minus 3, which is converted into ampere, and voltage is 12 volt. Okay, students, now Applying Ohm's law. Applying Ohm's law. V equals to IR. V equals to IR. So what we have to find, students? We have to find resistance. We have to find resistance. So we will get resistance R equals to V upon I. So what is the value of V? V is 12 and I is 2.5 into 10 power minus 3. This 10 power minus 3 will go to numerator. 10 power 3 will become positive. After that 2.5. Okay, students. Now let's see. Students, here it is 2.5 and here it is 12. So what we have to do? 12 into 10 power, for 10 power 3 we can write 10 into 10 power 2. So by 2.5, 10 will go 4 times. So it will be 12 into 4, 48 into 10 power 2. 48 into 10 power 2. We can also write this one, students. 4.8 into 10 power 3 ohm. So this is the required value. Okay, students. Students, let's discuss one more question. What is that question, students? Our question is, a simple electrical circuit has 24-volt battery. A simple electric circuit has 24-volt battery and a resistor of 60 ohm. What will be this current in this circuit? The resistance is connected to the wire is negligible. We are having voltage 24 volt, we are having resistance 60 ohm, then we have to find current. Applying Ohm's law, I equals to V upon R. So V is, students, 24 volt and I is 60 ampere. Sorry, R is 60 ohm. So on dividing we will get 0.4 ampere. So 0.4 ampere current flows through this circuit. This is what we have to notice. Okay, students. Now one more thing, students, you have to know. Graph between B and I are graph of Ohm's law. What will be the graph, students? Let's discuss the graph. We have to plot the graph between V and I. If we consider this one as a V and consider this one as a I. So let it be 1 ampere current. After that 2 ampere, 3 ampere, here 1 volt, here 2 volt, here 3 volt. So as you know, V is proportional to I. So when we give the potential difference 1, then the current will also be 1 ampere. So this would be the graph. When we give the voltage, again when we give the voltage 1 volt, that is here 1 is completed, after this again 1 volt, then 1 ampere current will flow. So this will be the graph. Again if we give 1 volt current, then the 1 ampere current will flow. So this will be the graph. Here it will be like this. Here it will be like this, and here it will be like this. So as V is directly proportional to I, then we come to conclusion that the graph between the V and I is always a straight line. Is always a straight line. So we get the straight line graph between the V and I. What is the graph of Ohm's law? The graph of Ohm's law is always a straight line. It means V is proportional to I. Okay, students. So, students, that's all for today. Today we have discussed Ohm's law and some questions on Ohm's law and what is resistance. In our next video, students, we will discuss in detail the resistance and on what factor that the resistance of a conductor depends. So please, before watching that video, make sure that you have watched my previous videos. Okay, students, watch this video, make a note and study carefully. Okay, students. Thank you very much.